morning, everyone. Good morning, Patriots. How you doing? I'll tell you a little story about a Gen Z nurse I ran into. Literally ran into. It was a Saturday morning, December, about 4:30 a.m. Well, maybe about 5:30 a.m. Either way, it was early. It was dark. I'm finishing up doing all my gig work, and I'm in course in Connecticut, and I come onto the stop sign on Main Street, and I do my stop sign. I pull out. I realize there's someone flying at me coming. I hit the floor. I float the gas, and boom, she hits me in my driver's side back corner bumper and corner panel. I get out, and I notice my muffler's hanging, but still functional. The damage on my car is minimal. I mean, I think they quoted me at $1,200, which is nothing for a car. And because the car is 22 years old, it ain't worth it. But she is driving a 2008 Acura TSX. I think it only got something like 60,000 miles on it. So I get out, I go to her, and I see she's all messed up. She's coming from work as a nurse. Young girl, pretty girl. And her car's pretty messed up, pretty good. And I'm like, yeah. And I already knew, because I had the stop sign, even though I did obey the stop sign, I was going to be at full for it. But she was flying. She was doing way more than 30 miles. So she goes to me, "Are you all right?" "Yeah, I'm fine, honey. What about you?" "Yeah, I'm fine." So, "I can't believe this happened. I don't need this." Blah, blah, blah. I just got off of work. I'm exhausted. I want to get home. I know I was flying. I'm like, okay. But are you okay? All right, good. So I look at the damage on her car and think, oh boy, it's a 2008 Acura. It's probably gonna be a total. So she says, "What should we do? What should we do?" And I told her, look, either way, if we get a police report, we don't get a police report, we do it on our own. We'll both take a hit on our insurance. I said to her, "Yeah, I know. So, listen, you make the call. You do what you feel we have to. If you don't want to make a police report, handle this between ourselves, no problem. If you want to get the police report, that's fine also. So just take your time. I mean, I know you're dying to get home, and so am I, but at the same time, there is no rush." I gave the option. Police or no police. So I guess she calls up, I don't know, her dad, her mom and her dad, and she's seeking advice, what should she do. So we're there for about 25 minutes. I'm trying to calm it down, get her calm. She goes, "Wow, you were pretty adamant back there." I was like, adamant about what? She goes, "You know the word adamant means?" I said, "I know what the word adamant means, but what was it adamant about?" And she's like, "Well, I mean, I saw you peel off from the stop sign." "Well, I did stop at the stop sign, but I peeled up because you were flying." "Yeah, I know, but, you're still adamant. What was I supposed to do, get T-boned?" So, no, you're right. So, she decides to call the cops. From the advice of, I think, her parents. This nurse is a young nurse, about early in the mid-20s, the most. Very young. So, please get there. I introduce myself, meet myself. We explain what happened. He's like, "Yeah, look, because even if you did stop at the stop sign, because you had the stop sign, you're gonna be held at full for it. And I was like, yeah, I know, another deal, whatever. So he gets my information, he gets her information. I'm here to come over to Reno. My stuff is 100% fine. And then I hear her come over her information. Then I hear the last part. Information unconfirmed. So I go to the cop. So, in Connecticut, what does unconfirmed mean in vehicle traffic law? He's like, well, it's one of two things. Either she doesn't have insurance, or she has it but hasn't been registered with the DMV yet. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, well, no, she's got a fairly nice car, and it wasn't a beautiful TRX. And she's a nurse, so she's working. So I'm like, okay. So, she admits to the cop that she doesn't have insurance. And I'm like, okay. He gets back and tells me, he says, I go to the cop, what if I told you I gave her 30 minutes to decide whether we should get you guys involved or not, because I told her we're going to take a hit on our insurance with her. We do this way or we do it on our own. And she made the call to call the police, and he just looked at me like, you're kidding, right? I says, no, I'm not kidding. Unfortunately, I am not kidding. And it turns out her father comes, and he's the fire chief in that town. And he was a good guy. I can't say. He was a pretty good guy. He was cool. He came over and said, well, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I got some jerk here. Wow. All right.
Continue on New York 82 South for half a mile.
So, we get to everything. I got a ticket for failing the yield. $118, including surcharge. Like, all right,
turn right onto
whatever.
South Branch Road.
She gets a $1,000 ticket for having no insurance. And on top of that, because she has no insurance, her car is getting towed. Not because of the damage, but because she doesn't have insurance, so it gets police impounded.
At the light, turn right onto Clove Branch Road.
And I'm just thinking, yeah, it might have been my fault.
Continue on Clove Branch Road for 1.5 miles.
But if she had been speeding, that's not an issue. She's got a heavier fine than I do. She's losing her car. And the cops says, according to her, the way the state Connecticut works, and she won't get it back until she proves she has insurance on it. Or gets insurance on it. I'm like, yeah, good luck getting insurance on a 2008 Acura that's 15 years old. That's been damaged in an accident. I just went over to Laura. I'm like, Laura, not for nothing. This is your car, you said, right? Yeah. Did you not know you didn't have insurance? She's like, yeah, I've been putting it off. Bills. I've been busy. I'm like, okay, and just to confirm, it was you the one that called the police, right? Yeah. And I'm like, and you thought this was the best option? Yeah. I'm like, okay. I just turned around and walked away because there's really nothing to say at that point. And the cops who know that he fought because he is the fire chief of that town, and it's the town police there. And I can just hear and they have a good rapport. So I hear the one female cop go to her father, goes, not for nothing. Your daughter seems to have a head in the sand about a lot of things, and the father's head just drops like this. He goes, I know. I'm like, okay, and it's not just me. My father knows. The cop knows. And because the firefighter knew each other, they would talk to each other like that, honestly. But here it is, I had not heard anything from my insurance company.
Turn left onto Hillside Lake Road.
So I call my insurance company, and my agent says, yeah, this thing's still open right now. Then be advised, this is almost 3 months later.
Continue for 4 miles.
So she goes to me, you better off call up the your claims agent. So I talk to her, because yeah, it's still open. We can't do nothing yet because 3 months later. 3 months later. Because the car's still impounded, even though we see she's got insurance here, we think, we can't get in there to do an assessment of the damage. All right. So she started asking me a whole bunch of questions. She goes, oh, no, what if I told you it was her idea to call the police? He's like, what? Uh-huh. She didn't have insurance? He's like, yep. And she called the police. It's like, wow, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow, okay. So, there it is. There it is right there. I suppose driver's ed in Connecticut should tell the employees of their students, assuming she went to driver's ed, why you need to have insurance on your car. First of all, I'm surprised a state like Connecticut does not require you to have insurance before you even get a car. Because here in New York, nothing's get registered unless you got proof of insurance. And on top of that, because she drove without insurance, I'm assuming this is her first offense, she lost a license for 30 days. Which means she was either depending on her dad to take her to work, which not exactly a short commute, but not a long one either, or she was paying a lot for Uber. So listen, I'm not trying to make this all about Gen Z, but you just have to go through, figure out what's going on through people's heads when they make these decisions. And I see a lot of lack of bad decisions on society in general, especially from the younger generation. Probably because I'm older and wiser now, maybe. I don't know. But but yet this claim is still open, not to be determined. Anyway, comments down below. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. God bless you all. Keep the country in prayer. We'll talk to you later.